rectal bleeding before, but I'm pretty...
We're not weird.
We don't like wrestling.
Now I'm glad to hear that. Everyone's obsessed with wrestling. Most of the
She
people
like the Bellas.
wrestling fans, and I'm like, you know, you see like the stunt work.
Like the turn of events of the brother not getting picked, it looks lighter. Like if she know, you know what I mean? Like if she's
Like the actress's background?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting. I'm excited for this. Lene, I hope you have a what I've discovered in the past year.
A family.
Interesting, and to come at a wrestling story too, to tell like, you know, a female biopic is also just a good show.
Right.
Well, like Lena Headey looking almost
Lena Headey?
unrecognizable as her mom. Like
This seems a younger version.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm not a fan of that.
How about I shove her head up your ass?
I never saw their bumper.
Short though.
Hello, why do you want to wrestle? I'm the toughest bastard in any room.
Like satirical version The Rock's playing of himself.
Please, sir.
Whatever video you request, we must definitely do put up on the YouTubes. Today comes from Lene, our sweet dark. Into that insight and mindset of those people who are biopic roles like this is you just need someone who can.
Sorry about that. Don't do. Don't worry about being the next man. Be the first you.
Like maybe some of that could have helped re-legitimize wrestling.
And so
Your name, that means you'll be coming with me to
Supernatural, Gotham, Riverdale, and John does music video coverage. But what? Hit play, then hop in his seat. Stuff, so you're gonna have one happy ass holiday. And there's this new movie out, written and directed by Stephen Merchant, called Fighting with My Wrestling Fan.
You really want to choke her out? You got things? Yeah. Put it tight.
Only now be hearing about it everywhere I go, and I'm just sober of talent here. You got Nick Frost in here as the dad. You got Vince Vaughn. It's like it's got that mixed in British dry wit that Stephen Merchant has, and you know you got all these British characters.
do you know who the Bellas
I don't
are?
know. I'm sure she does.
Okay.
She's in trouble.
Oh, wait, I know you. You're from that way.
I like this.
What your names are? You walk around here interrupting the Rock you like you haven't seen the sun in 20 years?
Yeah,
I don't know who
even
that
know
is.
who that is either, but the storyline looks super cool. And I like Vince.
She is constantly dressed like a.
Exactly.
General has kind of come back into the center of the
Our top award tiers is what
kind of give you both.
Yeah.
You know, because it looks like it's taking its story of the rise of
so loyal and so dedicated to wrestling. You know, like W. As well as Super. When they don't get along. No.
I wonder if maybe it's gotten bigger than ever again just because of the rise.
Have some advice, sir. You want some advice? Here's the Rock's advice. Shut your mouth. Thanks, Dwayne. You know exactly what it means.
And so I feel like,
Where we see whether or not you get to go on to WWE.
and I gotta say,
I swear, no wonder Flag is president.
Watching it, I was like, this looks
think
really good.
Deserves this more than Zach.
I wish you the best, son.
More than he ever was in wrestling.
yeah, they're just gonna have to go in and CG his muscles down.
Then we can find out. Hello?
My name is Hutch.
So how do you know if you've never been?
That's the weird thing is
He has
I'm
a passion for it,
I'm
maybe?
finding out more and more because it's easy to brush it off like, oh, it's just fake. When on you got, you know, Dwayne Johnson, obviously.
That's advice. Shut your mouth.
Because it's based on a true story, I'm sure, of course, The Rock can play it.
Things like UFC and MMA and things like that, like just fighting and has received a lot of kind of extra inroads in the later years.
What advice would you give us? We want to be the next you.
What are your names again?
My name.
It doesn't matter.
Paige, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch this trailer. Like, I'm like, oh, you know who Paige is. Like, I don't. She's a huge wrestling fan. It's fun to see him making fun of himself,
Yeah,
and because The
for
Rock
sure.
has such a good sense of humor too. I was never a big fan of it, but I've just.
Paige, I myself have come from a wrestling family too. This is the end of the line for you.
Do you know what it's like to want one thing in
Plus, you got Dwayne Johnson on top of the world,
Yeah.
and John Cena now.
Like a lifeguard.
Sorry, miss. Sorry about that.
Too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For many shows. That includes Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Anyways. I'm sorry.
Too.
No, not really.
Like, WWE always surprises me with the movies they come out with. Like, I think the first time.
You see, over at our Patreon, we do TV show reaction.
Got it. Good morning, wrestling nerds.
These guys do for
They are very
our
talented,
entertainment.
yeah.
And they are parling all the way from Texas. Fulfill the shoes in terms of talent. You don't really need a famous person a lot of the time.
I wonder if she
You
was.
just
You're doing it for the family.
Rock movie.
My choice for now, because wrestling is not a boys' club sport.
I actually like this plot line because
Is cooking.
Yeah, and I'm Vin Diesel, mate.
yeah, oh, that's another thing. You got wide caliber.
Morgan, I'm calling from WWE. Like both of you, the contract.
Like a
I don't
lot of caliber
recognize
talent.
the girl though, the wrestler. Do you?
Discovered this past year that there are people who are. I know that your grandma was kind of.
Are normally very dramatic, like Oscar-worthy movies.
Yeah,
like,
like
never mind.
she like of himself because he looks better than he ever has. Coming up with wrestling sometimes playing on TV. You can subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell, check us out on Patreon. We got a bunch.
I have no idea.
We're huge fans.
Thank you so much.
Very prevalent again.
Yeah.
And I think they put into it. You're like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
for sure.
insanely dangerous stuff.
It's all fake.
It's off.
What bloody hell do you think you're doing?
A little scare moment there, but you said she's doing better. Surround them with
if she's
famous
a-
people.
Well, yeah, and it's the one place you get to see him go off and kind of be an
Weirdly, I had close to no interest in checking out this trailer, but hi, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
And I'm Ashley Edner.
So tall.
May I have some more advice, sir?
You want some advice? Here's a rock.
It's like people like Lene who requested this is a feat.
Well,
I want to see it.
Yeah, and to come from Stephen Merchant too, that just
Turkey. I mean, when we talked with her, she was telling us about all the crazy shit they cook in Texas. Sounds like the most delicious.
Movie as well.
Yes.
At first, it just looked like so like fun, and I was like pumped up, and then
makes me all the more curious because now I'm sitting here going, is he like secretly a wrestling fan?
I'm watching that.
What?
It's Dwayne Johnson. How are you?
Prove it.
like he's buffer now, obsessed with wrestling and even aspiring to do it.
Asshole for a second,
Yeah.
like because the rest of the movies he said he's like Captain Charming, you know?
right, that's true.
No spin-off or anything. They've worked it out.
This looks really fun.
It does
It
look really
does.
fun.
This looks
I wasn't
delightful. How did I not know this about so many people? Like,
In recent years.
well, guys.
I'll go see it for sure.
But they have a pretty decent track record
Totally.
for stuff. And they, like, this looked pretty interesting.
For people who I
You like you just stepped out of Oliver Twist? Please, sir.
love you, my dear. Thanks for requesting this. This was actually a really
Yeah,
good
I'm
delight.
glad that I got to see it.
You guys,
I rolled my eyes, but
It doesn't look like super.
happy Thanksgiving. I know nothing about her, but let's.
Neither do I.
she's
you.
my favorite wrestler.
When she heard about this movie, she was like, "I'm not a big fan of."
And I just don't know
Super, super like intentional.
I
as much anymore.
no, that's
but,
the other thing. My family, that's based on the true story of the wrestler Paige. All right, you know. Either way, I'm sure this will actually help us all gain an appreciation for wrestling and.
Dramatic.
It
Exactly.
looks like it might be able to come.
No, or like I've known for a long time are actually huge wrestlers. Hey, we're gonna watch a trailer today, people. Bunch of stuff, and Ashley Edner, follow her on Instagram. We're sort of attracting these conversations about wrestling, but it seems to be something that's
Wrestler guys from the wrestling that I love.
and I hope that you guys cook one fine ass.
And then your own sister takes it away from you.
It was my job.
Performers too, they are actors.
And usually these kinds of movies
She's a
are.
huge. Well, it seems to have an actual heart to it. A lifeguard in a suit. Interesting.
so
huh?
many pictures like that. And this just looks like a fun movie.
Florida. Paige.
Public excitement for
Right.
sport again.
WWE, WWF back then, and to get a movie where you can get. No, this might be a newcomer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the cool thing with
Family, aren't you?
I don't know, like growing.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Like, my girlfriend's upset. My girlfriend.
Who am I supposed to be?
Thank you all very much.
You have to take my brother. No one.
what do you mean? They love each. They're gonna make Fast 9 pretty soon.
Yeah.
There's no-
Wow.
It's funny that we're getting a Vin Diesel joke in this.
It's like an emotional.
in movies and stuff. I feel like wrestling, you know, pretty seriously, but yeah, with enough kind of fun energy that it would also be enjoyable.
I'm not just doing this for you.
It's really good timing on this movie. I think it's coming out at a good timing. I don't know if it's just
Yeah.
like I happen to sort
Love
of.
to watch.
Let's check it out, guys.
All that rest.
No. 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 No.